from what, it looked like on a live, too, versus what it started out at in that, Hotel Diplomat gig in Coventry, Queens in 1970, whatever. It's a whole, it's an evolution. And so every time, hopefully, you learn a little bit more about performing and you work a little bit to it. And, everybody's kind of at a different level. And I love to see people kind of getting started, or, I can see myself sometimes in those people.
Another great bit about that gig is a couple of women got wasted. And looking back on it, I don't have any idea how old they actually were. Just from, because when you're fucking 16, anybody over 30 looks old to you. Which was always tripped up to me because I never thought of my parents as old. They were in their 60s, but I never thought of them as old. But
that's funny.
But but they got shit-faced drunk, just messed up, and just came on stage and just groped the crap out of us. Until finally our bass player's mom, who was not exactly sober herself, yelled, "They're 16!" I've never seen people get off a stage so fast in my life.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, there's this, zillion stories.
So you don't know your best, you don't know your worst. What about most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to you on stage?
Oh, man. Okay. I was in this, Tracy and I were in this band in college, and it was called Tie-Dyed Sunrise. Okay, and so we were playing, we started that band too, and he had left, and so we were in Stillwater playing at this, it was, some girl that the drummer knew. It was her 21st birthday, and she was a sorority chick. And she lived at the Lift Apartments, and so she rented out the banquet room at the Lift Apartments to have this 21st birthday party. And so we were playing, and we did a whole lot of Love by Zeppelin at the time. And I remember, like, at the end, there's that big vocal thing that, the singer was doing that. I got up on top of the drum riser. And then at the end of that, where you hit the two chords, bam, bam. Well, I jump off the drum riser, and my bell-bottom jeans ripped from, like, the waist all the way to, like, the crotch up front. It was like, and it was early in the night, too. And I'm like, here I am with my ass hanging out there at this gig. And, they had 10 or 12 kegs, a couple hundred people. It was crazy. I'm just like, man, here I am with my underwear hanging out of these pants. That felt really weird, for that to happen. I mean, I've had equipment malfunctions. We've had, people pass out completely on the dance floor. I mean, there's just been some. I played 1,500 gigs in about 14 states. Man, I mean, it's just, man, there's some stories that's just crazy.
How about your scariest gig?
Oh, man. Scariest gig? Okay, we played this place up around, it was in North Tulsa somewhere. I forget what it was even called, but, we go in there, and they're trying to do, like, classic rock on Thursday night. And so we're like, all right, so we go up there, and so there's a huge banner, Budweiser sponsored classic rock Thursday nights, and it was on the back wall of the stage. I mean, we go in there, and I mean, it's a pretty rough joint, and there's 8 or 9 holes punched in the wall through the sheetrock by the, bathrooms, and man, we get to playing some rock and roll, and this guy comes up there, and he's like, you need to be playing Faded Love, and I'm like, well, we don't have a fiddle player, and this is classic rock. We're not a Western swing band. Oh, he just swore up and down we need to be playing Faded Love, or he was going to break our equipment and kick our asses and all this stuff like that. It's just like, so then, he, I guess was in a fight with everybody there. He's like, oh, I'm going to get my brother and a gun, and I'm coming back here. So I was just like, I went to the bartender. I was like, just give us half the money. We're out of here. I mean, just like, this is someplace it's just not worth playing, it's not worth. So I guess in the short answer, that's it.
The short answer.
Short answer.
Well, I'll let you do our closing salutation for this evening. I've been Aaron. This is the new Tulsa Sound podcast.
This is Matt Mason from Hurricane Mason. I've had a good time talking to you guys.
All right, man. Well, I think this one's going to end up being a two-parter because we got a lot out of it. So,
sure.
Everybody, I guess this will be the end of part 2. And we're going to leave you with some Hurricane Mason. So rock on.
All right, awesome.